Your dog interacts with a lot of people. Family members, friends, neighbors, strangers on walks who stop to say hello. They are friendly with most of them, maybe affectionate with some of them, but there is one person in your dog's life that their nervous system responds to differently. One person whose presence changes their neurochemistry, their behavior, their entire physiological baseline in ways that are distinct from how anyone else affects them. The research on canine attachment is unambiguous on this. Dogs do not distribute their love equally. They form a primary bond, deeper, more specific, more neurologically significant than any other relationship in their social world. And that bond expresses itself in 5 specific, science-backed ways that are impossible to fake and impossible to misread once you know what to look for. Today we are going through all 5, and by the end, you will see your dog's ordinary daily behavior in a completely different light. 1. Your return affects them differently than anyone else's. Everyone who lives with your dog comes home, partners, family members, roommates, they all walk through the door and your dog responds. They may wag, orient, greet. They are social and they register arrivals. But watch carefully, because the response to your return is categorically different. Research using cortisol measurement and behavioral observation found that dogs show a distinctly more intense physiological response to their primary attachment figure's return than to the return of other familiar household members. The behavioral difference is visible. The hormonal difference is measurable. Your dog's greeting when you specifically come home is not just enthusiasm. It is the nervous system resolving an extended period of incomplete safety. The cortisol accumulated during your absence begins to drop the moment you walk in. Oxytocin surges in both of you simultaneously. The relief in that greeting is real, physiological, and specific to you. Other people coming home produces a social response. You coming home produces a biochemical event. That distinction is the primary bond making itself visible in the most direct way it knows how. And your dog has no way to hide it, because it is not a performance. It is biology. It has always been biology. 2. They seek you out when they are scared. This is the single most reliable behavioral marker of primary attachment, and it is the one that cuts through every other possible interpretation. When your dog is frightened, genuinely frightened by something that activates their threat detection system at a real level, who do they go to? If the answer is you, specifically and consistently over every other available person in the space, and that is attachment science playing out in front of you in real time. The secure base function is the defining feature of a primary attachment bond. The attachment figure is not just someone the dog enjoys. They are the specific individual whose presence resolves threat, whose proximity drops cortisol, whose body is the location the dog's nervous system identifies as the safest available point in any environment. A 2013 study published in PLOS One placed dogs in stressful situations with multiple familiar humans present. Dogs sought comfort from their primary attachment figure specifically, not from whoever was closest, not from whoever had fed them most recently, not from whoever was most animated in their response, from the one person the bond had been built with. When your dog is scared and they come to you, they are not coming to a person. They are coming to their safe base. And the fact that you are that, specifically you, not anyone else, is the most direct expression of primary love available in the canine behavioral repertoire. 3. They mirror your emotional state faster than anyone else's. Every person in your household has an emotional state. Your dog registers all of them to some degree. That is the nature of a socially attuned animal living in a multi-person environment. But watch how quickly and how completely your dog mirrors yours compared to everyone else's. Research on behavioral synchrony between dogs and their owners found that dogs synchronize their activity levels, rest patterns, and emotional states with their primary attachment figure significantly faster and more completely than with secondary household members. The synchronization is not equal across relationships. It is weighted heavily toward the primary bond. What this looks like in practice is your dog tracking your mood in real time with a precision they do not extend to anyone else. You sit down and exhale and they are settled, before the person sitting next to you has even registered that you changed energy. You become tense and they are on alert before anyone else in the room has noticed anything. They are tuned to you on a frequency they do not offer to anyone else. And that tuning, that specific, rapid, accurate mirroring of your internal state is one of the most intimate things one being can offer another. Your dog is giving it to you exclusively, not because they were trained to, because the bond built it into them over years of paying closer attention to you than anyone else ever has. 4. They choose your proximity when they have real options. Put your dog in a room with multiple people they know and like, people who are actively engaging with them, people who have food or toys or are making inviting gestures. Give the dog complete freedom of movement and zero pressure. Watch where they go. If they consistently orient towards you, if they settle near you, return to you after exploring. Position themselves in your vicinity when they could be anywhere. That preferential orientation is one of the cleanest behavioral expressions of primary attachment available. This behavior is what researchers call proximity seeking in a low-stress context. It is significant precisely because it is not driven by fear, by need, or by resource seeking. The dog is not coming to you because they are scared or hungry or asking for something. They are coming to you because you are where they want to be. Research distinguishes clearly between proximity seeking, driven by need, which dogs will direct toward whoever can meet the need, and proximity seeking driven by attachment, which is directed specifically at the primary bond figure regardless of who else is available or what else is on offer. A dog that walks past everyone else in the room and lies down at your feet has made a statement about the hierarchy of their social world. They are not being polite. They are not being trained. They are being honest. And their honesty in that quiet moment of choosing you over every available alternative is one of the most direct expressions of love in their entire behavioral vocabulary. It is a choice, made freely, in your favor, every single time. 5. Your voice regulates them when no one else's. Does your dog respond to a lot of voices? They have learned cues from multiple people. They can follow instructions from familiar humans and warm to the voices of people they like. But there is a specific regulatory function that your voice performs that no one else's does, and it operates below the level of instruction or trained response. Research from Edfos-Loren University found that dogs process their primary attachment figure's voice in neural regions associated with emotional significance and reward, regions that respond differently to the primary figure's voice than to other familiar voices. The primary attachment figure's voice is not just familiar, it is neurologically special. What this means in practice is that your voice, not your words, not your commands, just the sound of you talking, actively regulates your dog's nervous system in a way that other voices do not replicate. A dog that is anxious settles faster when they hear your voice specifically. A dog that is uncertain becomes more confident when your voice is in the environment. A dog left alone shows measurably different physiological responses to a recording of your voice than to recordings of other familiar people. Your voice is a regulating force in their nervous system that has been built through thousands of hours of association between the sound of you and the experience of safety. No one else has accumulated that history with them, no one else's voice carries that weight, and no amount of effort from anyone else can replicate what your voice does to your dog's nervous system, because it was built specifically from your history together, and that history belongs only to the two of you. When your dog hears you speak from another room and visibly settles, when they locate the sound of you and something in their body releases, that is not a trained behavior. That is love organized into neurology, built quietly across every ordinary day you have shared, into something that now lives permanently in how their brain responds to the sound of you. 5 signs, all of them quiet, all of them happening in the ordinary moments of your shared life. Right now, your dog chose you, and they keep choosing you every single day. Drop a comment. I read every single one. Subscribe. New video every week. See you next time.